Hey everybody, it is I, Mr. Boo, the Entertainment Guru, Mr. Boo, Entertainment Guru, right here on YouTube. Now, as it is Tuesday the 7th here in October, we are in Battlefield 6 week. Yeah, that's right, we are in Battlefield week. Battlefield weekend, the launch weekend, is on its way. The countdown has begun. We have about 4 short days, depending on the times that it releases on Friday. We will get a look in this video at the trailer, at the DLC coming, at the launch times. We're going to talk about pre-order bonuses, additions. This is the final video I'm doing on Battlefield. We are going to cover it all as we go into this weekend with Battlefield 6's launch. Let's get into it.
Hostiles inbound. 100 meters in closing.
I got 2. East side.
Moving right to left.
I got 3 west side. Frame shoot. On the T of execute. 3, 2, 1. Execute.
The world as it's commonly known has crumbled. Alliances that held since the end of World War II, gone.
Dagger, this is Pax's ballsiest play yet.
If they succeed, they will have secured the most strategic rock in the history of warfare. Want to help our friends take back this rock? Hoorah!
You're playing a dangerous game, no doubt about it. Wouldn't be Dagger without insurmountable odds.
The whole world's gonna look different now. Just takes a little shake of perspective.
Gotta love a challenge.
Stand by for re-attack call.
Light them up! We gotta move! Woo! Hold on!
Kincaid will pay for this.
But we don't know how high it goes.
You trying to start a war with the CIA?
That is not the fucking question!
This is it. I know what I gotta do.
So there's that awesome trailer for the campaign, but what about the setting? Well, here it is. It takes place in 2027 during a period of global instability where NATO is fracturing and private military corporation Pax Armada rises to fill the power vacuum. Players will control Dagger 13, which is an elite 4-person Marine Raiders squad, and they will be deployed across continents. DICE has stated that they wanted a campaign grounded in reality that feels realistic in many ways. But you may be asking about campaign scope and duration. Well, the story unfolds over a couple of years, with each mission lasting about 25 to 40 minutes. The full campaign is estimated around 4 to 5 hours in total. There are 9 total missions, each showcasing different gameplay styles, and Mission 8 has been described as an open world and sandboxy feel. But what about environment and destruction of said environment? Battlefield has always been about that and still will be, as Battlefield 6's campaign says that destruction is core to every mission. It is not just a gimmick. Floors and walls collapse, weak cover disintegrates, and players must adapt. Tactical destruction ensures the campaign is its own standalone experience, and advanced technology enables destruction across the entire campaign. And speaking again on the campaign, why don't we talk those squad play and mechanics? Because Dagger 13 roles reflect all the multiplayer classes we've grown to love, and squad orders allow players to call grenades, RPG strikes, smoke, and recon scans. Here we also got a little bit of info on the narrative and story, as it's said to introduce players to the world that multiplayer builds upon, and offers both cinematic moments and emotional story beats connecting Dagger 13. So, on October 10th, are you ready to time travel up to 2027? Where the game will follow members of Dagger 13, an elite team of Marine Raiders who must fight the aforementioned private military company named Pax Armada, which seeks to reshape global power as NATO teeters on the edge of collapse? And while we wrap up on the campaign, if that's not enough campaign, if that's not enough story, if that's not enough action for you, and you want to keep it going, they have actually mentioned the possibility of DLC and expansions toward the story mode, towards the campaign, and that could be a first for the Battlefield franchise. Now let's talk squad. Let's get some screenshots thrown up there and introduce you to the squad members in the campaign. We have up first Haz Carter, Master Sergeant, and he is the assault class. Then we have Cliff Lopez, who's also a staff sergeant, and his class, support. And here we get a look at Dylan Murphy, our gunnery sergeant, in the role of the class that is the engineer. And then Lucas Hemlock, classified. Man, he's our recon. We know that. We know just by looking at him, he's recon, baby. And with that, we are going to leave the discussion of the campaign, but not without first dropping those 9 missions names. Let's get right on into that. The first 3 missions are Always Faithful, The Rock, and Operation Gladius. Then we are followed by Night Raid, No Sleep, and Moving Mountains. And those last 3, we have Nile Guard, Operation Ember Strike, and Always Forward. So there you have it, the campaign in a nutshell. Now on to multiplayer news. And as we know, we are getting the 4 classic classes back, but they're coming with 2 paths they can take and new equipment and gadgets. Also, they have an arsenal coming with them of 40 to 45 weapons at launch. On launch day, 40 to 45 weapons, new gadgets, pathways they could take, classic classes, but we'll talk about that in part 2 of the video because right now I want to talk maps. I want to talk about launch maps. That's right, we're getting 9 launch maps. 9 maps to launch. Well, 8 and a remake, but I am seriously greeting that remake with open arms because it's Operation Firestorm. Let's take a look at these maps right here on screen. We have Liberation Peak, Empire State, New Sebek City, Manhattan Bridge, the Iberian Offensive, Merrick Valley, Siege of Cairo, Saints Quarter, and again, I'm inviting this back with open arms, the remake of Operation Firestorm. Now, if those are the 9 maps we're getting at launch, you may be asking yourself, well, what game modes are coming at launch that we will be playing once loaded in to said maps? And well, it's pure and it's simple. Let's go over them. Battlefield 6 will launch with 8 confirmed multiplayer modes to go along with those 9 confirmed multiplayer maps. And these modes are as follows. On the larger scale side of things, the larger modes, we have Classic Conquest, Breakthrough, and Rush. And as we scale it down to the smaller scale side of things, those smaller modes, we have Team Deathmatch, Squad Deathmatch, Classic Domination, and King of the Hill. And with Battlefield 6, we are also bringing in a new mode. They are bringing us a new mode called Escalation. This game mode is much like Conquest on more of a medium to large scale. And you start with mini flags, and the flags dwindle down, and this will cause both teams towards the end of the round to end in a final climactic battle over the last remaining flags. And sticking with the multiplayer theme, we get Battlefield Portal once again, now new and improved. We can create endless scenarios pretty much by adding or subtracting the maps that are pre-existing. We can make airplane races, we can make parkour courses, we can make races across the land or even across rooftops. We can change the position of flags on maps. We could do 24/7 playlist. We could do whatever our hearts desire, but there are rules. So far, it's not a complete sandbox mode. Like, you can't build a map from the ground up, but you can add to it, subtract to it, and just change rules here and there, weapon rules, engagement rules, you name it, it's there or will be there in future updates. Portal looks amazing this year, but there's rules. As long as your game mode is like a 24/7 hour playlist, or you've went in and traditionally just kept the match Conquest or Team Deathmatch or something along the lines and parallel to what Battlefield 6 offers in their game modes, you get full XP while playing these game modes. Now, if you are doing parkour races, or you have those tanks raining from the sky as you saw there, or jet races, something wacky and wonky, well, to keep people from being wacky and wonky and spamming the experience, you get experience based on time of play, time put in rather than playing the objective, time put in. So it's a little bit of a balance there. Portal looks amazing, and they're even adding aspects in. At least we have heard that they may be adding aspects in from their Battle Royale. Like, let's say there's a golf course in Battle Royale and you want to make that a domination map, you can do that in Portal and you will get full experience for it. Portal this time around looks amazing. I'm going to mess around with it. I'm going to play around with it. Can't wait. But I did mention Battle Royale, so what do we know on that? Well, we don't really know much beyond this teaser trailer that I'm showing here. We do get to see California with the Ring of Fire, so California on fire. Wildfires. Okay, wow, Battlefield. Wow, yay, wow, nice. But yes, we get this little teaser trailer. We don't have a release date yet, but we know the Battle Royale is coming to Battlefield Labs, and we're hoping for the release date of the Battle Royale to be around October 28th, and this is why. October 28th is a date that we're hoping to see this, and a date that we should remember. And why should we remember? Because Season 1 launches on October 28th. Now, regardless of if the Battle Royale launches at the same time, we actually get, on October 28th, a new map in Blackwell Fields for all battle sizes. This new map is set on a newly reactivated U.S. Air Force base in California's Badlands. Blackwell Fields supports every battle size and features both ground and air vehicles. Fans of large-scale modes like Breakthrough or Conquest will feel right at home. We also get a new game mode called Strike Point, which is a 4v4 mode with permadeath. Strike Point is a tactical multiplayer mode for 2 teams of 4-player squads. Across multiple rounds, you will fight to capture a central objective. Each player gets only 1 life per round, and this mode will reward slow and methodical play. We also get new weapons and gear. We get the SOR 300C compact carbine with a slower rate of fire but a higher stopping power thanks to the fact that it's chambered in 300 blackout. We also get the Minifix lightweight bolt-action rifle, a sniper rifle for mobile recon players that invokes the Scout Elite from earlier entries. We get the GGH-22 high-capacity pistol with an extremely fast fire rate, but lower damage per shot. And then there's the rail cover, an LPVO, 2 new attachments, a handguard, and a variable power optic type for various rifles and LMGs. Then there's the APC Traverser Mark II, which is a new ground vehicle with 4 seats for the driver, roof gunner, and 2 side gunners. Again, this is all coming October 28th. Then on November 18th, Part 2 of Season 1 hits with a new map, a new suburban map called Eastwood. This map is set in affluent US suburb with golf courses and villas. The map will support all battle sizes. There will also be support for land vehicles and helicopters. Large homes and open spaces will create plenty of room for tactical approaches. We also get a limited time game mode by the name of Sabotage, and this game mode is an 8v8 attack and defend mode. In Sabotage, 2 teams will face off over 2 different rounds, one attacking and the other team defending. The goal is to destroy or protect as many demolition targets, or as they're known in Battlefield, MCOM stations, as possible within a certain time limit. And for those of you who know, you know. And for those of you who don't, you're gonna know, because battle pickups, yeah, they're returning. That's right, return of powerful weapons. Battle pickups were a popular feature from earlier Battlefield entries. These high-tech, limited ammo weapons, well, they're scattered all around the map for you to find. And if you can find them, yeah, they can swing a fight, but that's if you can find them. A portable minigun appears to be the first of these pickups. Then we have our new weapons and our new attachments, and they go as follows. We will be getting a new shotty. That's right, the DB12 double barrel pump action shotty with 2 separate magazine tubes, 1 trigger per barrel before you have to reload. Then we also get the M327 trait revolver with heavy single shot damage but a slow rate of fire, particularly strong in up close scenarios. Then we have a slim hand stop, ergonomic foregrip for better control, and faster ADS. But that's not all, because the end of Season 1 hits December 9th. Christmas is coming early because we get Ice Lock, which is an Empire State temporary map update. The Empire State map, it's going to get a visual overhaul of snow and ice that is going to blanket Brooklyn. This layout remains the same, but the wintry backdrop changes visibility and it changes movement all across the battlefield. And with this map change, we also get an Ice Lock event. Freeze, a gameplay modifier. The Ice Lock event introduces a new gameplay mechanic, and it is that modifier called Freeze. This will temporarily alter select modes. Although the exact details haven't been shared just yet, we kind of expect temperature-based effects, like something like cold damage or movement penalties, things like that. But along with this wintry map and this wintry game mode, we also will be getting a new melee weapon. That's right, the new melee tool is the Ice Climbing Axe. So, whether for silent takedowns or breaking brittle surfaces, this axe expands on the existing melee lineup alongside the good old knife and the trusty sledgehammer. So, now that we've covered the campaign trailer and the details, launch maps, launch game modes, Portal, Battle Royale, and Season 1 coming sooner than expected, let's cover that good old pre-order bonus and that Phantom Edition, okay? Let's see. If you haven't pre-ordered it yet and you're just going to pre-order the Standard Edition, you will get the Tombstone Pack, featuring a soldier skin and a Tombstone XP boost set and everything you see on screen right here, right now. And that is at the normal standard $70 price for the Standard Edition. Now, if you want to go $30 higher and do that $100 Phantom Edition, it will also include, if pre-ordered, the same Tombstone Pack as mentioned before, but it will also include a Battlefield Pro token, the Phantom Pack Pro weapon packages, and more, which is everything you see once again on your screen right here, right now. And speaking of right here, right now, this is where I begin to wrap up this video. This is part 1 of a 2-part video series on everything you need to know about Battlefield 6 as the week counts down into the weekend. That is right, October 10th, Friday, October 10th, Battlefield launches globally all at the same time. And guess what? Before this video runs out, I've got some times that you're going to want to know about. That's right, let's talk launch times. And the launch times are the same across the board. That's right, we have global start times, no staggered times, no early times. We are all launching at the same time globally. And EA and DICE have stated they've stress tested the servers, but we'll find that out when the time comes on October 10th at 8 a.m. PT, 10 a.m. CT, 11 a.m. TT, or 4 p.m. BST, and as you go further across the map there to the right, you get into October 11th, even though the release date states October 10th. Let's hope these servers hold up. And all of this brings me now to the end of the video. But remember, this is not the only video. This is part 1 of a 2-part video series I am dropping on everything you need to know about Battlefield 6 before it launches this weekend on Friday, October 10th. That's right. Be sure to look out for that video because it will be dropping. And you know what else could be dropping? You could be dropping a like or a subscribe or even ringing that notification bell if you would like to support this channel. And, well, until next time, I'm going to keep counting down to Battlefield. How about you? I've been Mr. Boo Entertainment Guru, and I'm out.